Hello, I'm Ralph Rio with ARC Advisor Group. I've been with ARC for 11 years. I'm here to talk about the report that was just recently released for the EAM and FSM, Enterprise Asset Management and Field Service Management market. This study is very useful for anybody who is involved in EAM applications, either in a supplier aspect in terms of marketing or sales, and end users in terms of if you're evaluating an EAM application, deciding to upgrade. The research in this study will help you get to a short list more quickly. This particular study includes the overall global market size for 2011 and a 5-year forecast going out to 2016. There's all kinds of market segmentations, some around geography, industry, types of assets, and a whole bunch of other good stuff. Each one of those segmentations has a 5-year forecast. There is also suppliers, the supplier profiles, and we also do market shares, and those market shares are for the 2011 for the overall global market and for each one of those market segmentations. So if you're in a particular area and you want to understand the segments that you're involved in and the market shares and your standing, you can get to it through this study. Very comprehensive, well over 200 pages. So, in 2011, the overall market size was $2.2 billion. That's global market, software, and services delivered by the suppliers. We're forecasting this to grow to $3 billion in revenue in 2016, in 5 years, and that gives us a compound annual growth rate of 6.8%. That is much higher growth rate than we see in other areas aligned with EAM for growth, either software or control systems, for example. The reasons for this is that there are some very strong drivers for market growth. Number one has to do with the execution of the maintenance function. We've done several user surveys, and certain metrics come up as being very important to maintenance managers. Number one is equipment uptime. That makes sure the equipment is available for production so they can meet their production schedule and ship on time, meet customer commitments. That's associated with revenue and ties to the P&L statement, which is fairly important to the C-suite, as you can imagine. Next is control costs. Gives the maintenance managers the tools to control the labor and material costs associated with the maintenance function. The third one is asset longevity. What that involves is making sure the asset lasts longer by maintaining it properly. That means you don't need to replace it as often, and that converts to conserving cash. Recent economic crisis, cash conservation became very important, and that again plays into the balance sheet, financial metrics, and is important to the C-suite. And the fourth one has to do with safety, making sure this equipment is safe to operate, and overall workplace safety. So those are key metrics of the maintenance manager, and the maintenance manager requires a modern EAM system to execute appropriately to those metrics. The next one has to do with visibility. Maintenance has become rather dynamic in these modern times, and maintenance managers need visibility into what needs to be maintained. A typical plan has thousands and thousands of assets. What needs to be maintained next? What's important? A modern EAM system gives a maintenance manager visibility they need to make the proper decisions in real time when they can be most effective. The third one has to do with asset technology diversity. We see a growing variety of assets that are in the average plant. The inhibitor for the market has to do with the recent economic crisis and the austerity programs that most governments are involved in, and this is both at the national, state, and local level. As you can see, the drivers far exceed the inhibitors, which allow us to forecast this rapid market growth. If you're an end user in a particular industry or a geography, this will help you get to a short list much more quickly when you consider updating your EAM FSM system. So it's very comprehensive. Oh, there's also in the executive summary a list of strategies for success to become much more successful and grow your market share.